All right, this is Paige Keitlinger, and she is doing her perfect lesson. Paige, what is our age?
We are 8th grade.
Okay, so we're 8th grade, middle childhood. What class is this in then?
English.
Okay, so language arts. And what is our ODE or Common Core?
Engage effectively in a range of collaborative discussions, one-on-one, in groups, and teacher-led with diverse partners on grading topics, texts, and issues, building on others' ideas and expressing their own theory. Acknowledge new information expressed by others and when warranted, qualify or justify their own views in light of evidence.
Okay, and what are your learning goals for us today? What are those?
The students will be able to engage in the class discussion and give their own opinions and facts that support them with 95% accuracy. The student will be able to compare and contrast the different points of view on targets on transgender bathroom policy presented with 100%.
Okay, sounds awesome. Take a deep breath, and it'll be okay. And they're all yours. The bell rang, and we just came in.
Okay, good morning, everybody.
Good morning.
I know you guys see the prompt on the board, so I'm going to give you 3 to 5 minutes just to write on it. You can bullet point, paragraph, whatever you need to do.
Hey, Chrissy, just so I have it, can you pretend to ask her what the goals were again? Not the,
Sure.
just the, what was the second to the last one you asked?
Her personal learning goals?
Yeah, the class learning goals and
The state standard.
Yeah, okay, so.
Okay,
So
so it's
pretend you pretend you're asking her again.
okay. Paige, what is your state standard?
Okay.
And what are your personal learning goals?
My state standards are engage effectively in a range of collaborative discussions, one-on-one, in groups, and teacher-led with diverse partners on grading topics, texts, and issues, building on others' ideas, and expressing their own theory. Acknowledge new information expressed by others, and when warranted, qualify or justify their own views in light of the evidence presented. And my goals are, the student will be able to engage in class discussion and give their own opinions and facts that support them with 95% accuracy. The student will be able to compare and contrast the different points of views of the target policy presented with 100% accuracy. Is everybody still writing? You guys still need a little bit?
Yes.
It's okay.
Paige, I put your phone in my top left drawer because it began to ring. So you might need to turn the sound off a bit. Okay.
Is everybody good? Do you guys have any questions or anything you want to talk about before we move on to the video? But I do want you to keep this in your minds. Okay? Yes?
What are the qualities of a good listener?
Qualities of a good listener are you're not interrupting, you're not doodling or doing something else while somebody's speaking to you. Kind of like your whole life. You've been taught, keep your eyes on your teacher. Keep quiet when other people are talking. Things like that.
Are we, when we're watching the video, are we looking for them to be a good listener, or are we being a good listener?
I'll let you get into that. You guys, there's 4 news articles I'm going to show you about Target's bathroom policy with trans people. And I need you guys to write either 3 to 5 bulletin points on people who are for it, and people who are against it, and kind of their reasons why.
Can we do both if we
Yeah.
do it? Okay.
Number 10, the battle over the new bathroom policy at Target is prompting calls for a massive boycott. 7 Action News reporter Camila Miri is live Southfield with the change and why some customers are concerned. Camille?
Heather, shouldn't transgender people be able to use the bathrooms that they feel most comfortable in? Target says yes, but the customers we talk to say this could lead to some problems. Next time you go to Target, you may notice something different. The retail chain is enacting a new restroom policy that states customers can use the restroom that corresponds with their gender identity. The policy is aimed at transgender men and women, but some say it opens the doors to potential problems.
I think it opens a way for maybe people who are not having good intentions to take advantage of that, and I don't like it.
The conservative group American Family Association has collected more than 500,000 signatures of people who plan to boycott Target because of its new restroom policy.
I can see why it'd be really awkward to see a man in there, especially when you feel most comfortable going to the bathroom around your own gender, and just seeing that maybe could freak people out a little bit.
Many, but not all, Target stores in Michigan and across the country do have unisex restrooms.
To me, they should use unisex, not coming to the fully women's bathroom.
In Southfield, Camille Neary, 7 Action News.
Target is in the bullseye. A Mississippi organization is calling for a boycott of the retail giant because of its transgender bathroom policy.
People have their own beliefs and stuff, but look at her.
Shoppers in Jackson are split over Target deciding to allow anyone to use any bathroom they choose.
If you have man parts, you go to a man bathroom. If you have lady parts, you go to a lady bathroom.
Listen to the language from the different places in the United States.
The American Family Association, based here in Mississippi, disagrees. According to AFA President Tim Wildman, quote, "This means a man can simply say he feels like a woman today and enter the women's restroom, even if young girls or women are already in there." More than 750,000 people have already signed an online boycott petition since the Christian group based in Tupelo started it last week.
I'm not one to boycott, because I feel like there's many other things in the world that we still support that we don't even know that stuff goes on.
Last week, Target made a statement. They will allow shoppers and employees to use whichever restrooms or fitting room facility that fits their gender identity.
If they're comfortable in there and everybody's comfortable with it, which I am, as long as there's, I'm not, you know,
But I don't think it's a good idea because I have kids, I have young kids, and now I'm not going to be going to the bathrooms because it affects the safety of my kids.
Reported in Jackson, Ross Adams, 16 WAPT.
Mississippi-based Christian group is taking
Emily's got to keep drinking water so she doesn't scream out at these people. I think we can go a little louder. Computer.
500,000 signatures. But as Bill Hudson explains, Target is showing no signs of backing down.
As a leading retailer, Minneapolis-based Target reflects the appetite of U.S. consumers, but it's also compelled to take on their social conscience.
And whether we're gay, straight, or identify ourselves any other way.
Just last Tuesday, the company responded to anti-transgender legislation around the country, clearly stating an inclusive restroom policy for all 1,800 Target stores. Target says it welcomes transgender employees and guests to, quote, use the restroom or fitting room that corresponds with their gender identity.
I think it is just fear.
Roxanne Anderson is the Trans and Racial Justice Director for Outfront Minnesota. She supports Target's position.
There are no substantiated reports of transgender people being inappropriate in bathrooms. And really, transgender people are the people who are at risk in bathrooms.
But Mississippi-based American Family Association disagrees, calling it dangerous. In a Skype interview, the AFA says it wants Target to install a third gender-neutral restroom in all of its stores.
Where those who feel they need a non-traditional restroom facility to use, that they can use that facility in the full safety without having to subject women and girls to possible predatory behavior.
Last month, Minnesota lawmakers proposed a law barring transgender individuals from using restrooms different from their sex at birth. That bill failed to advance. Yet it remains a hot-button topic for some. In fact, a number of Republican lawmakers recently signed a letter supporting North Carolina's governor. As you know, that state's law restricting restroom use to your sex at birth has become a huge economic problem for the state as corporations flex their economic muscle. Amelia?
All right. Thank you, Bill.
You bet.
More than 500,000 shoppers and counting are boycotting Target stores all over the country after the retailer announced transgender individuals are welcome to use the bathroom that they identify with the most. Our Tony Cedrone spoke with the group that began the boycott and those who do not support it.
A well-known retail store has spoken in favor of the LGBT community. Target stores across the country are showing their support for transgender people to use whichever restroom and fitting room they identify with. Target stated on their website, inclusion is about creating an environment where everyone feels welcome, including people who have a specific gender identity or expression. As a result, more than 700,000 people nationwide have agreed to stay out of Target because of their beliefs against the matter. Deb Foreman has a transgender son. She says she supports Target's restroom policy.
I, for one, will probably shop more at Target now that they've made this statement, as well as probably several, maybe 100,000 other people.
Walker Wildman is part of the Mississippi-based group American Family Association that started the boycott last Tuesday. He says Target's policy essentially creates a loophole for sexual predators to pose as women, allowing them to share a restroom with women and children.
As a grown man, as long as he self-identifies as a woman, can go into a woman's restroom with women and children. And so we thought that policy was very dangerous.
Foreman hopes to eventually find some common ground between safety and equality.
When the story is made about business and dollars, it takes away of the real issues of the safety of transgender people.
In Greenville, Tony Cedrone, 7 News.
Alright, now, I can see the look on some of your faces, and I know this is a very heated topic, but I want you to keep this in mind, and I want you to keep your papers with you. And I'm about to pull sticks, and when you were watching the video, I came around, and I pulled an article offline. We've seen how people are affected by it in the real world, like at Target and other places. But how do you think people would react if it's inside of our schools? So, with your partner, I want you to find things in the article that either spark your interest, go along with the video, or have opposing views as to some of the people in this video. So, Noah, you are with Hope. Emily, you are with Claudia. Seth, you are with Kaylee.
Oh, it's going to get hot in there.
Rebecca, you are with Ashley M. Melinda, you are with Duha. And Ashley C, I'm going to put you with Hope and Noah. Alright? I'm going to give you guys 10-15 minutes to read the article and talk about it.
Let's try to keep it to the 10 side for timing. Let's keep it to the 10 side. All right. Can we go anywhere we want on this page?
Yes. Becca, where are we headed? You want to go locker room?
Wherever
you would like.
Okay, sounds good. My office is available. Oh, I knew you were going to go get in there.
That's Noah's favorite spot.
I know. He feels powerful when he sits in my chair.
Who's the heated couple?
Well,
Who's going to go at it?
anybody with Seth usually is pretty heated.
Okay.
So what's your job?
Yeah, I just go.
She's the teacher.
Let's look at this article. You want to read it?
They do a 6-step lesson, so she's got to follow through her entire lesson.
public schools coaches and administrators, students, teachers, and staff gender pressure CPS officials are diving into an issue in current legislation and organization across the country that calls for transgender people to pursue the facilities matching their sex at birth. New policies announced Tuesday provide for the first time clear guidance on menstrual, locker room, and overnight trip accessibility, as well as guidelines for transgender employees and adults at the nation's third largest public school. Students and employees of the Chicago School District, 398,000 students, 660 schools will have access to menstrual clothing and sexual response. Two, their gender identity. The school district also says anyone who works more privately, regardless of age, will have access to a single stall. Ms. Melinda, CPS is far more aware of the needs and it is crucial for CPS guidelines to reflect our commitment to safe and inclusive schools. Janice Chicago Public Schools Education Office. These guidelines build on our commitment to foster and help support learning across the district for the age of our students.
The new guidance replaces a less specific policy that uses longer and details in case like these cases at the school level. It also clarifies the personalized employees and to their transgender status.
So you are all on the transgender
policy states adults, regardless of gender identity, or other accommodations of the children or other than their the Chicago School District announced its new guidelines after several state and state legislature and Mississippi.
You want us to article titles on the video, right?
Yeah. Past laws
So we read about
that require
Okay, that's our I didn't know we were talking about the target or how personal. Okay, thank you. I was just using legislation passed that recently was a target aspect or how it's going to affect us personally.
Where state action establishes state standards
So like maybe like some laws that might come up and like the Board of Education start talking about it and how it's going to impact parents and other schools. Oh, thank you. Alright, so how do you think this will affect us in it?
I understand like everyone's like deserves their and I don't have it. I'm not scared. Like the whole thing about people being scared of being just like predators. I don't think they're scared of transgender people doing that to like other people. I think it's more they're scared that people are straight and not have like
well, obviously it's going to make sense. There's going to be some kids we're going to feel uncomfortable with this. That's why it's going to be hurt to play. So obviously they're going to be more uncomfortable just because it's cleaner.
Yeah.
Usually it's cleaner with the medicine, which in turn will affect like making sure like bites or the buckles. You know what I mean?
I don't want to go in my bathroom.
So you go in there and every time I do so that's in a restroom. I don't understand what they get about like predators. If a predator is going, is a predator
like my view on it, like obviously
they're gonna do it anyway.
Yeah. No bodily harm has come from this conversation. What?
They always talk about like the women and children being affected. What about the guys?
Kaylee. Breath, deep breath. And it's just more prevalent. That's
It's just like, we're gonna go into a group discussion. It's okay. Breathe, woman. Get some water. I don't understand.
Is everyone done reading the article?
Be like me, yes, I'm gonna say just sit.
Yes, ma'am.
Two Melinda, are you guys done reading the article?
Yeah, we're discussion.
Okay, well, why don't we take that as discussion and go back to the locker room?
Okay.
Come on, Fireball. Emily, be your normal self. Don't hold back. Don't hold back, peanut butter. My camera's not as fancy as Du's. Do I got to get me one of your cameras?
Yeah, you on that bench you're fine.
Let me scoop
You're fine. Yeah, anyway,
Hey, what?
We gotta, yeah.
Oh, okay, thank you.
I told you this yesterday.
See, when you think you don't need me, you need me.
Disgraceful.
Okay, so we're gonna start our intentions. Does anybody prefer to go first?
Do you know where that is, the button
I
behind?
was gonna start with Claudia or Emily so that we don't get complicated.
Are we doing intentions on like a specific thing? Just anything?
Yes, just anything.
I didn't have time to think about this. I hope that no one falls anyone's eyes out during this discussion.
It's true.
That is awesome.
My intentions right now are that my mother is safe and okay because she is in South Africa at the moment. So, yeah.
My intentions are that my sister finally finds a job.
My intentions go out to everybody who's affected by this, like either transgender people or just people in general, because you can't help stupidity.
It's true.
My intentions go out to my brother.
Sam, please hold your candle with me.
Don't just wave it around.
My intention is for my grandpa because he had a rough day yesterday and he kept forgetting he couldn't drive now, so he kept yelling at my grandma and it was not
Did
good.
he ever take his test?
Yeah, he took it Tuesday, then the instructor was like, yeah, sir, I'm sorry. Like, he knows what you're doing, but it's like his reaction time is not good enough, so he forgot he couldn't drive, so he was upset and he was calling everybody and threatening me to sue again. I had to go over last night.
Grandpa's suffering from dementia.
Are for me to get my life together, and for my mom to actually call the cardiologist. She needs to do that.
My intentions are for my grandma. She has her therapy today for her knee, so hopefully she won't mess it up or she won't yell at anybody. So hopefully that'll go great.
I guess my intentions would have to go to a church family friend. Well, we used to be related to him, but he's currently in the hospital and is not doing too good. So, yeah, not so down the way. My intentions go out to my sister. She's making a really hard decision to stay with us or move in with our dad. And also to everyone who took either the AP English or AP Gov test. God bless, may the odds be ever in your favor. I feel you.
So my intentions are for my math grade. Because I got a 52 on a test yesterday.
Oh girl.
It's no bueno. And yeah. That's all I care about right now. It's okay.
My intentions are that my house closes quickly and safely, and that Brian and I find the right house for our family.
Aww, that was a cute intention.
Okay, so my intentions are for my little brothers because It's their last few weeks of 8th grade and they're all nervous about going to high school. So let's just hope they can get it together. Nobody touch this, please.
Safety.
Okay. So, who would like to start out either talking about the video or the article, something that sparked your interest, or something that got you a little heated inside? I saw Melinda first.
Okay, I'm actually gonna talk about Duha.
Oh, okay, that's fine.
I know Duha and I were actually talking, and she made a really good point because I'm for it, do what you want, be your own bad self. And Duha's she's a little cautious, and I understand why because you know how her hijab, yeah, correct. She can't do it for boys.
Yeah, boys or men. So.
And so she made a really good point. How does that work if a transgender male comes in to the female's bathroom? How would she approach that situation?
That is a really good point. I don't know because of course I don't have the same culture, so that is something.
It's I don't want to run into the stalls when they come in, so I don't know how to handle it because I've never been in that situation before. So I mean I'm not against it. If a girl wants to be a guy, I mean that's up to you. Go for it. If they come into the bathroom, I don't know how to handle that. So
That's a really good point, too. I never thought about that culturally. I really didn't.
Me neither.
That's a really good
probably
point.
should. Well, I mean, I'll ask my mom about it. I just don't know what the final answer is. So that's a little bit of my concern.
Well, and I would think too, what's the probability of that? You know what I mean? When you start thinking about it with transgendered in our country, in our world, the probability of you using the restroom at the same time, at the same Target, or at the same Sears store as a transgendered man walking into your bathroom is very, very minute. So I think something that's so minute, people are making huge. And I bet we've had multiple transgender people in those restrooms at the same time as you, and you just never knew it. You never knew it. So I think some of that reaction or the probability is causing something really huge in our culture. Yeah. But yeah, I don't know, Duha, I think I would,
Yeah, that's what I'm about it.
Yeah, quickly maybe excuse myself or just go into the stall and take care of your business to keep your honor.
Okay.
Yeah.
My thing is how would you know?
A lot of times you can't tell.
Yeah,
that's what I said. You just can't.
I'm pretty sure it's probably people that came in there and you've not realized that they are.
But I don't think if they come in, I don't think their intentions are to, look at my hair or if it's a guy come in, I don't think he or she they want to see what I'm doing or trying to hurt me or anything. I think they're just trying to use the restroom, wash their hands, and get out. So I'm not sure if a guy comes in, I'm not sure if he's looking at me or not, but I've never really had someone that stares at me like that. Just wash their hands, blow dry their hands, or whatever I'm going to do. So.
Yeah. I know one of the solutions that they're talking about is instead of having open formal bathrooms, is that every store would put in 4 unisex bathrooms where it'd be single served use. So that way it doesn't matter religion, family, whatever you need to do, you would have a private area to go in and to use instead of using massive unisex. I don't think that would work for Great American Ballpark or a rock concert. So I think we're not going to get away with that issue in all of our aspects of society. I don't think we'll be able to get, just say, hey, use one bathroom.
I have kind of 2 points to make. One, I know we do have a transgender bathroom here at Butler Tech, and you have to have a key for it. And
yeah,
I think that's kind of odd. At the same time, I don't, but I mean, you have to kind of out yourself in order to use the bathroom.
Yeah.
And I think that's kind of scary. And another point I wanted to make is
Hope, do you know why you need a key? Do you want to know why? Because they caught students having sex in staff bathrooms that could be locked. So I know at Lakota East, our bathroom next to my classroom was a staff bathroom, and you had to have a key, and a teacher didn't shut the door all the way or wasn't monitoring it, and they caught students fornicating in those bathrooms. So that's why you can't have a locked room that a student can have access to. So here comes a whole other school law, right? A whole other school law is coming in that impacts your openness, whether or not you can be open about who you are because of a whole other school law. And it's not that I don't trust Emily, in a locked room using the bathroom by herself, but there are those
My butt sweat.
children. What do you do? It's that booty got you.
I'm so sorry.
But you can tell, like, some other students that have ruined that because of inappropriate use.
It's okay.
So, yeah, that's why they can't do
This is why we
it.
can't have nice things.
This is
trash, it's okay.
Another point I wanted to make was like statistic-wise, transgender people are most targeted for sexual assault.
Yeah.
And I think like we as people who are not transgender or have any experience with that, like we're taking this as a harm to us when I think it's more of a harm to them. Because like there are so many people against it, and a transgender person walks into the bathroom, I think they have more of a chance of getting targeted than we do.
Do we need more?
We're okay. I think
Okay. It's all good.
You can't set water cups next to me.
I think for me it's safety both ways. Like, because I know transgender people do tend to get targeted more often, and I think yeah, I don't agree with all of this because of my religious views, but I'm not one to like condemn someone or like say like you're not worth this, because I know everybody has rights, and like I think yeah they should be allowed to use bathrooms that they identify with, but I like the idea of having that one bathroom so that people who are uncomfortable with it do not have to interact with it that way. Because I mean, my fear is not that a transgender person is going to come and try to hurt me. I don't think that at all. My thing is, I feel like there's going to be a man or a woman that wants to decide one day that they're a girl or they're a guy, and they're going to go into the opposite bathroom to hurt someone else. And I think it goes both ways for transgender people. Like, there's a chance of them being harmed by someone who doesn't believe in the things that they do by going into that bathroom.
See, and my question is if somebody is going to inflict harm, and if they're going to inflict harm on a child or an adult, I don't think the label on the bathroom is going to stop them. Because, like, wherever you go in a restaurant, I could slide into either bathroom regardless of where I'm walking. Or, like, if I went to Walmart, like, who's going to notice that I went into the man's bathroom versus the girl's bathroom? And I know at my old classroom, when we built our new side of the building, they inverted the bathrooms. So in every building that you went into at our school, the left-hand side was always men. So the guys would go into the bathrooms, they'd go use to the left side. And if you were outside my classroom, they were switched. So it'd be hilarious. The guys would be like, whoa! And they'd scream and turn around the other way. Or the girls would be like, wrong bathroom! So just by out of habit. So I'm like, if their intentions are evil, by having a label on the bathroom, I think they're going to go carry out their intention regardless. Nobody's going to be able to monitor and be the bathroom to police to be like, oh, a man just went in there, unless they just casually saw it. I just wish people, I mean, they can't all live with good intentions like we do. It's, you know what I mean? But it might open up those people that think deviant will be like, okay, now if I put on this, I'll have more access.
And like, my concern is just like, it's not even just for people who don't agree with that, it's just for everyone, because transgender people are targeted a lot because they believe differently than other people. And so like, I feel like there could become more harm to them. I mean, honestly, more harm to them than anyone else, because people could be in there that absolutely are against what they believe in, and not in the same way that I am, like, and they can be rude and like hurtful to them and like physically harm them too.
This is why we need to tase more people. This is it.
I know I'll get to you guys in a second, but I know when this first came out, I didn't read too deeply into it, but there was a man who was threatening Target. He came in with, I believe, a gun or a weapon and was targeting people in Target, just the people who were going to the bathroom, just the people who were shopping in Target. They weren't even going to the bathroom. He was just targeting them because they were inside Target.
Oh. Ignorance.
So, I'm trying to think. Noah, we're going to
Yeah, I'm just holding my hand up.
We'll just go around. Whoever's seeing something, just.
I was holding my hand up for Seth, so he's.
Seth had arms day the other day.
Okay, Seth.
But, and then some transgender women look like actual women, and so if you send them into the men's bathroom, there's some pretty messed up guys out there. So if a woman walks into the man's bathroom,
I also think if you're a man waiting in the man's bathroom to hope that a transgender woman is going to come in the bathroom, you could be there for, like, Rumpelstiltskin. You'd be there for years and years and years. But you know what? I mean, if they know someone that continually uses, or some people have habits, right? They go to the bathroom at the same place, same time, that kind of stuff. Then that's a stalker issue too, you know? But yeah, I could see where you might think that.
just be major coincidence, though.
It could. Randomness.
Doing your business.
I think, did you guys, Ashley, Emily, you guys had your hands up?
Miss L basically said everything I was going to say, so.
Don't hang out in the bathroom too long waiting on transgender people.
Well, for me, since I'm on the spectrum, the transgender spectrum, and I am on the I'm bisexual too. To me, a unisex bathroom is a lot like same-sex union. How we used to just give same-sex couples a union. They couldn't get married, officially married, but they could have a union. So unisex bathrooms to me seems a whole lot like that union.
Like a bad compromise.
A bad compromise.
I could see how you would think it's unfair because you're still getting pushed away, you're still getting sent somewhere else. Does somebody else have their hand up, or is it just me?
Like I know for me personally, the Target I always go to, there's always a line in the bathroom. Like at least for the women's bathroom. And I think that if a crime were to occur like that, I don't think they would do it in such a public place. Because that's obvious, like, it's gonna get caught. Like, you have so many people in there. But again, you have more of a chance of people being against a transgender person than they do for. So I think there could be more of a chance of people ganging up on a transgender person than, you know, the opposite happening of one person targeting another or one person coming in and targeting women or whatever. And I know, like, for men, I think that's, and for, like, women, I think that's kind of, like, an embarrassing thing to walk into the wrong bathroom. I don't think, like, you're going to purposely walk into the wrong bathroom because that's kind of obvious. Like, if someone, like, you could be seen. And I think, like, someone who, even if, like, you do have those intentions or not, like, I just think, like, why would you walk into that bathroom? Like, again, like, that's kind of like a moral thing. Like, that's embarrassing. And so, I don't know. I don't see that. I think it's more of an issue for transgender people than it is for us. So.
See, if you guys need to go to Catholic school, you'd learn not to pee in public. You go to Catholic school, those bathrooms are so bad, you just hold it all day, and you learn not to pee in public. See, you know. We feel.
With the argument of trans people are more targeted and they're more at risk. With that, I don't understand why you wouldn't give them the right, and then it's their right to choose. It's their risk they're taking, and if that's what they're comfortable with, then by all means, like, be who you are. If that's something you want to do, and it's the restroom you want to use, then go for it. Unfortunately, we do have the people here that would gang up on them, or that would try to commit a crime, or something like that. But they're aware of that risk. So
which might be why we have a lock. You know what I mean? For those, because if the students know you're transgendered, and you know some of our different labs are a little bit more against equality, they may target or wait for that person or try to get them in that situation. So that might explain why we might have the lock a little bit more too in such a closed population.
And tying that in with the article that we read, how did you guys feel about that? Like, kids in Chicago can openly choose the bathroom they want, but for younger children who don't understand, like 6th, 7th grade, when trans people start feeling this, when they start thinking this, there are going to be the other kids who just don't understand. Like, how do you guys think that would affect the school community?
I know when we were all sitting out there, Katie started getting very upset because she was thinking about how they keep saying that men are going to go into the women's restroom when it can go both ways. And I think to tie it along with what you just asked, like, younger kids are going to be confused by this, and, like, I know, like, even to me it's confusing because it's, like, things that I don't believe in, and I'm like I don't understand what they're feeling because I don't normally, like, associate myself with those things because it's just against what I believe. And, like, I know for, like, if a little girl is coming to the point in her life where she decides that she doesn't want to be a little girl anymore, like she wants to be a boy, and she goes into that bathroom, I feel like there's a chance both ways where someone's going to say something to make her very uncomfortable or say something to hurt her because a little boy's like, he's like, what are you doing in here? Like, I don't know why you're here. And it could just be, like, either emotional or physical, like, both ways.
So, Claudia, based upon your beliefs and your desire to be a future teacher, if you were in Chicago and they were allowed to go into whatever bathroom they choose, and you had a young man that chose to go into the women's bathroom, would you allow him?
I would, because, I mean, I don't want to I don't think it's right to like persecute people. It's their decision. Like it's not mine.
Mm-hmm. That's a hard thing when you have to talk about your personal beliefs and then what your school district or law has decided too. That's hard. And would you fight for his right to use that bathroom?
I mean, I feel like I probably would because I don't think we should like shun them. Like if they want to do that, they can do that. But like just because you don't believe in what they believe doesn't mean they can't do it.
It's a hard dilemma, isn't it? It is. It's hard. But when you become that teacher, you have to do that. What is best for the student? What is your school district? What do you believe? What does culture around you say? And sometimes you have to fight for the rights of others, even though your heart says you would personally not allow that in your house, or you would not agree with that on a personal basis. Yeah. Good.
I think that's kind of middle school. Like, I'm sure, like, all of us have had that year or so like, where people didn't understand, like, or we felt we were outcasted. For Duha, especially, like, when she started wearing her hijab, like, we all know that she got massive critique for that, and that she was very targeted. And I think that's kind of, like, the same thing, like, that's what she believes in. That's what transgender people believe in, using whatever bathroom that they want. And I think that's kind of a risk you have to take in order for you to carry out what you believe in. Like, she knows she's at risk, but she also knows, like, that's her religion, and, like, she has enough pride in herself to wear that and take that risk for her religion. And I think that's kind of the same thing with transgender people. Like, they have enough respect for themselves to carry that out and to take that risk. And I think if you're going to take it, you're going to take it. And you know that there's going to be critique with it. I think that's just something that you kind of have to accept, and it's kind of the package of it.
Emily? Well, for the younger generation, I just think it comes to teaching acceptance and how not to say things that are not nice.
Sad.
So I really just think it comes to teaching acceptance and, not outcasting or just turning the blind eye to other issues that some people might come across. Because I know, in 5th grade when we get the top,
yes,
they didn't tell us anything about feeling like another gender. They didn't tell you about body dysphoria.
I think also along with it, you have to teach the younger generation and our generation and the generations older than us, they need to learn the coping skills to where if they don't believe in it, they can't just go and wave guns and threaten people. They can't just go do that just because somebody doesn't have the same lifestyle as you. So that's a very good point.
Well, and throughout history, whenever you've used a gun to make somebody believe what we want them to believe, it's never ended up well.
No.
Not for either party.
I saw Melinda first.
I think that Emily approached a really good point of acceptance, because I know the older generations, they're like, my way or the highway. But I know our generation, the generations below us are definitely yo, let's do this, let's do that. And so I feel like the way our society is going is more open-minded and more accepting, and I just feel like the older generation needs to get to that point.
I'm gonna go to Becca and then Ashley C, because I have not heard from you and I'm calling you out.
Uh-oh.
But let's go to Becca first, then to Ashley C, and if we have time,
I was gonna say, for my personal belief, I don't want to say it that way, but I feel like I need to. But I'm kind of the person that, yes, in my heart and in my head, I personally believe it's wrong. But at the same time, as Claudia, I'm not the kind of person that's gonna say it's my way. I'm the right one. You're wrong. I'm not gonna push my beliefs on you to make you believe the way I do. So if you want to go and come in the same bathroom as me because you believe that you are a woman, then go right ahead. As long as you're not messing with me or my family or my friends, I'm okay with it. I'm not against anybody being. It's your beliefs. I'm not gonna push mine on you. So.
that must be very hard because I know in upcoming generations, a lot of people aren't very religious like you are, Becca. A lot of people have strayed away from religion, or there's just not a lot of talk about religion anymore. So it makes me happy that you can stay with your own beliefs and your own faith. Ashley C. I so called you out.
I've seen you on Facebook.
I saw that.
Yeah, I don't agree with it, like, at all. Just because I'm very firm in my Catholic religion. It's just something I've never been accepted in my house. I mean, I don't care if people do it, like, we don't care. You can go ahead and do what you want. I just don't like how it kind of, like, interferes with me in a way. But it doesn't really, but I feel like it does. Like, everybody feels like it does, but it doesn't. But I'm just uncomfortable with it. It's just something I've never agreed with.
And that's okay. It's not like you can't not agree with it as long as you're just not sitting here like I'm going to wave gun at you because you're in the bathroom. So, alright.
Ashley sees more like I have a honey bun.
Okay, Kaylee, we have enough time for you.
I just wanted to tie it back into the school real quick, because I feel like it would be important, like in Chicago, to maybe have like a meeting with the parents of the children, or like, because like I know that would be arise issues with maybe some of the parents there. So I think it's important for the parents to understand that like their children would be going to a school where it's okay for students to use whatever bathroom they want. So I think that would be important, like, and to make sure that kids understand, because that's, as we have said, is very confusing. And I remember actually when I was in middle school, my friend, I'm not gonna name names, but she started to identify as a boy, and she tried to change in the boys' bathroom during gym time. And I remember, like, I don't remember all of it, but I just remember feeling confused, like, why is she going to the boys' bathroom? So I think it's important to make sure all the kids in that school understand what's happening and what's going on, and this is why. So I think it's important as future teachers to make sure that all your students know, like, this is an up-and-coming thing, and this should be accepted. Well, should it be accepted, and this is how it's going to be running in our school. So I think it's important for the students not to be confused. And as future educators, we can explain that to them.
In such a big change, especially with a political shift or like a cultural shift like that, you better communicate well with all the families and let them know. Say, hey, this is what our policy is. Whether you agree or disagree with it, this is our policy and this is how we're going to carry it out. And we were just talking about that a few minutes ago. But to let them know and just say, here's where it is. Maybe it's in a handbook. And that way people are aware and they know what to expect.
Yeah, I just think that's
Because we
important
know
for everyone.
parents can be very hard to deal with sometimes. So.
As a teacher and as a teenager?
Yes.
Yeah.
All right.
You have 7 minutes.
Okay. So now that we've talked about it and discussed about it and we had this great discussion, I need you guys on your Post-it note, if you felt like your opinions or anything like that, if you felt comfortable expressing them, if you guys felt like your peers were being good listeners, like we talked about. And then I need you to put them on the board.
Will someone go quickly wave up front so the light comes on?
Who grabbed the candle? No. Oh, okay.
Isn't it interesting? Yeah.
In New York, like, these discussions aren't interesting at all because in New York everyone agrees about everything. Which actually makes intellectual discussion very boring. Everyone agrees, and then you can't have a nuanced discussion.
Or it's such a small minority that will have the issue.
Yeah.
They don't have a voice, right? Because it's 70% Democratic or whatever.
You go and vote. As you're putting your Post-it notes, I'll be thinking of your praxis critique, because we'll need to get through their praxis critique kind of quickly. And keep it kind, says Melinda. And Noah and Kaylee and Hope will go first, so they can set up afterwards.
Where do we stick it?
Wherever you want.
Until
What's up?
Yeah.
Dr. Bolan, let me get you guys doing that again. Okay. Hold on one second. I'll tell you guys one, okay? And what is this board? What's this?
It's her bulletin board. We're just
It's her
sitting on
exit.
it.
Yeah,
So why don't you guys come back in and stick to
Okay.
me, okay? Go ahead.
Maybe not as a herd.
Go ahead, yeah.
Maybe not as a herd. Kind of stagger yourself. Like you're gonna do how she's going right in. She's gonna be right in front of Seth.
What's that that's just standing there?
Oh, you're wrong.
Sorry. Sorry.
Right in there. Seth, you want to take care of the camera? Yes.